Hey, what's up, everyone? I thought I would introduce a new type of video for the My Listing Club channel, and that is a kind of like a catch up. So things that I am finding interesting out there for WordPress in general or my listing, and what the club is up to. Things that I've created for the club that I think you should be aware of, things of that nature. So I'm calling these club catch ups. All right. So this will be the very first one in the series, and let's just go ahead and jump to it. Just a quick bit of housekeeping. InfluenceWP.com is my own My Listing project that helps you guys save a ton of money on not only WordPress products, but all kinds of solutions. Mostly WordPress, but all kinds of other solutions. I haven't updated the number of deals yet, but I think we are up to 400 deals. So when I mention deals on Influence WP, this is what I am referring to. If you are a client of mine, you get free access to Influence WP. If you're not, it's a super, super low cost membership, and you literally make your money back on your very first purchase. All right. Next up is Changelog WP. Go over here, changelogwp.com, click on track changelogs. Pick the changelog that you are interested in for plugins, hosts, premium plugins, free plugins, whatever the case may be. Click this little bell icon to add a plugin or a host or whatever to your what we call a watch list. And then you can optionally get notifications via email as your plugins change. So maybe you want to follow your favorite plugins, or maybe you've got your eye on a certain plugin and you just want to see how it is developing over time. That is how you can do it. All of this is completely free. All right. All right. So the first thing we are going to look at is the disable coupon fields per product code snippet from the club. So I'm going to go back over to the club website, mylisting.club, resource finder. Depending on when you watch this video, because I just recently published this code snippet, we see that it's right here. It's listed in amongst the most recent posts. All right, but you can just do a search for it. Again, this is a disable coupon fields per product. Okay. Going in here, so it's on a cart page or the checkout page on a per product basis. And the reasons for doing this, I list right here. Performance. Keep people from using up server resources by repeatedly attempting to guess coupon codes when there aren't any coupons that apply to a particular product. Next up is administration. You don't want people asking your team how they can obtain a coupon when there isn't one. Design. You simply want to keep the cart and checkout page cleaner for a particular product. Okay. All right. Next up, we have DevKit. So this is one of my favorite plugins. This is included with all of the MyListing starter sites you can get on the MyListing Club website. If you are a client of mine, I can get you a copy of DevKit Pro for free. Otherwise, Influence WP is going to get you a generous discount for DevKit if you're interested in it. So we go down here to DevKit. And I'm just going to I've done a video on this already, especially I would check out the one on the Influence WP YouTube channel. Anything that's just WordPress specific is going to be on that channel. Anything that's more My Listing specific is going to be on the My Listing Club channel. So I highly recommend you go on YouTube and subscribe to the Influence WP YouTube channel. All right. So what we're going to do is we're just going to cover some of the latest updates that I think are really cool. First up is the duplicate post or page feature. So if we go over here, I believe it's under the admin area. Yeah, so you get this whole section here, and you can duplicate posts and pages, literally any post type, whether it's post, page, templates, products, whatever the case may be. We do have the option to duplicate listings, but that is already built into the theme, so no worries there. Next up is the limit number of revisions. So if you, like say you make a change to a post, WordPress is going to store a revision of every one of those changes, depending on the number of revision limits that you place. I typically do this in Perf Matters, but if you don't have Perf Matters and you have DevKit, you can now do it in DevKit. All right, just pick one or the other. Don't have multiple solutions doing the same thing because they can combat and conflict with each other. But I just wanted to let you know that DevKit has that feature in there, but it keeps your database clean by only storing a certain number of revisions. Next up is temporary login, and I love this. This is under login. I've been using a separate plugin for years for this. I think it's called temporary admin passwordless login or something like that. But if you have DevKit, it's no longer needed. You just use this, choose your role, choose the expiration, click generate link, and send it off. So maybe you want to hire me to do support for you on a temporary basis. You can generate an admin link for me to access your site. Or maybe you've bought a MyListing Club add-on and you need support. I need to log in your site and you're using DevKit. You can send me a temporary link. This removes the need for another plugin if you're already using DevKit. Or maybe you need support from the MyListing developers and the support desk. You can create a temporary link for them. This saves the time of having to go in, set up an account, set up a password, send them the password and their credentials. It's just much faster. All right. And then down here, once you create a link, you'll be able to revoke those links and manage those going forward. Next step is the ability to do a backup right from your WordPress dashboard without the need for another separate plugin. For that, we have the backup and restore section down here. If you are hosting with Kinsta, which is where I host all of my sites and my client sites, I do all my backups there. The downside, you got to log into a dashboard to do that. I've been asking them to come up with a plugin for us, so we'll see if they do that. In the meantime, if you're using DevKit and you just want to fire off a quick backup, you can do that here. You can choose to backup everything, database only or files only, which is the plugin themes and media and certain exclusions. So maybe you're doing something, you don't want to leave your WordPress dashboard, you just need to do a really quick database backup. You can fire that off in here. Just know that whatever you choose to back up with this plugin is going to be saved on your server. So it's going to use resources and disk space. That's why I prefer to do it on the server side, because anything you do is, your server is still doing the load, but as far as the storage, is stored on Kinsta's side of things, not your server. Okay. Last but not least is find and replace. Back over in DevKit, we have search and replace. So you can come in here, you can change. Let's say you misspelled a word all throughout your website. Like maybe you put, instead of stop, you spelled it as like that, whatever, you need to replace the bad one, which would be 2 P's, with the good one. This is going to go through your entire database and fix the spelling. That's just one of many examples where this can come in handy. Maybe you need to change the URL. Maybe you need to replace all of your insecure links. So just HTTP with HTTPS. Make sure all of those links prefixes are using the secure method. You could run that. Now, I typically do this on Kinsta. Kinsta has a really nice search and replace. I run my search over there. And then because we're using Elementor, I then jump over into Elementor and go into their tool and do it there as well, because there's certain things that hosts and other plugins can't get to with Elementor. But Elementor, for some reason, their tool can get to their stuff better in some cases. So I run two different methods. I first run it on the server and then Elementor. So if you had DevKit, like for example, if your host didn't have a search and replace tool like Kinsta has, you can come over here in DevKit, do whatever you want to do over here, and then go over and use the Elementor tool as well. Run both of them until they both say everything has been replaced. All right. So that's DevKit. If you're a client, if I didn't say this already, I think I already said this, but it's available to you for free if you're a client. If not, Influence WP, get an exclusive deal over there. Next up is WPCodeBox AI. So if we go down here into WPCodeBox, then go over, let's say you're going to create like a test. Let's do a new snippet. We'll call this one test CSS. Change our type to CSS. And let's just say you're coming over here. You're not great with CSS yet. Let's just say you want to style a button. And you come over here and you're like, okay, how do I do a background color? So what you can do is click on this AI button, and then you're just going to have a conversation with the AI. Give me the CSS for a red background on a button, maybe with a border radius of 10 pixels and just like a solid blue border that's 3 pixels, whatever. You can just talk to the AI and it's just going to spit out the code right here for you. The big thing about this is that it saves on what's called context switching. So now instead of like if you need the help with that button, instead of leaving the dashboard and going to an AI tool to help you, or to Google how to do it, or whatever, you can just stay right in here, talk to the AI, build it, apply it, preview it. You can actually preview it right from here too. Preview the changes. WPCodeBox allows that. Okay. You're just going to punch in your API key for whatever AI tool that you use. And then you've got chat right here within WPCodeBox. This is the code snippet plugin I use for all of my sites and my client sites. So I'm super excited to use this AI more often. The other thing to note is, if you have, like, we have a bunch of code snippets on this site. This is a test site, but it's mocked after my MyListing starter sites. But if you have a lot of other code snippets, the AI note is aware of all of the contents of your other code snippets, so it can reference those too. That's something else to point out. If you are a client of mine, it's like DevKit. I can get you WPCodeBox absolutely for free. Otherwise, Influence WP, go grab the deal over there. Next up is Commandify. So with this, it's like a command palette on steroids. If you're not familiar with the command palette with WordPress, let me go ahead and deactivate Commandify. Let's just do, there we go. All right. Command K in WordPress is going to give you what they call the command palette, and you can search for things. Let's search for Elementor. So you can find all things Elementor. It's like a really quick way to get to things rather than click, right? But keep in mind, visualize in your head what this looks like and what's possible. Now let's activate Commandify. All right, with this enabled, let's just get back to the root dashboard. Let's do a Control K again. Now you're going to get Commandify on steroids. You can use light mode or dark mode. This is going to blow your mind when you start using this, the time savings. It not only gets you where you need to go, but it also helps you run one-click commands and actions. For example, just some of them: clear cache, check for updates, empty trash, log out. All right from here. There's a ton more. I'm going to show you one example, and then we'll call that a day for Commandify. I'm just going to show you. There's so much you can do there. I've done a video also on this on the Influence WP YouTube channel, if you want to check that out. But I'm just going to show you one example. Imagine that we're MyListing website. We've got WooCommerce. We've got orders, right? So let's type in orders. Let's do search orders. It's going to find the orders. You can search by order number, customer name, email, all kinds of things right here. This is where it gets really, really cool. Once you have that order selected, you can click these three dots and take action. Change the status right from here, add a note, apply a coupon, whatever it is you want to do, okay? Extremely powerful stuff. Now imagine this is the alternative, okay? I'll show you two alternatives. Let's go back to plugins. Okay, so with the with the default WordPress command palette, let's go orders. Okay, we have to click orders, and then imagine you have all kinds of orders. Then you got to get into your order table, and then you have to search. And then let's say you find the order, then you got to click into the order, and then you got to do all of the actions. So you can see how much time savings there is. And think about it over time. Don't think about it as just a one-off thing. Think about over just like 1 year, for example. Think about all the time savings that you're going to have clicking around a MyListing website, which just got WooCommerce, MyListing itself, Elementor, whatever other plugins you've got going on. Think of the time savings. All right. The other thing is, like, let's say you're back here. The other alternative, I should say, instead of using the default WordPress command palette, you got to go over here. You got to go to WooCommerce. You got to go orders. You got to then go search for your order. It's like click. It's just so many clicks. All right. Commandify makes that beautiful. Influence WP, grab the exclusive. There's a very generous discount for Commandify over on Influence WP, so go grab that. At this time, I can't provide a license for that particular plugin, but go check that out. Okay, the last thing here, and I'll get you out of here, is a free plugin I wanted to show you. This is called Subaccounts for WooCommerce. Imagine somebody signs up for your website, the listing owner, but imagine, they spend the money. They are the boss. They've got the credit card. They purchased an annual listing package with you, and then they go on about their life, right? But they've got team members that they hire to create the listing, or they want to hire a team to create the listings and stuff like that. So they don't have to. Subaccounts is going to allow that company to create sub accounts under their main account that they signed up with you on your MyListing website. So John Smith signs up. He pays for a listing package, puts his credit card down. He has one of his team members come into your MyListing website. They create a sub account. They're using their own email address that they want to use. Could be a company. It's probably a company email address assigned to them. They use whatever email address they want to use. Another team member they hire to come in and do the content for their listings or SEO them or whatever the heck they need to do. You can create another sub account, right? So it's just as many sub accounts as you want under the main account. So then that John Smith, the listing owner, doesn't have to be bothered. And he doesn't have to, be asked, what's your password, what's your username and password. He doesn't have to worry about, keeping his account secure and all that. You can have these sub accounts that appear under the primary account. Totally free, obviously, in the WordPress repository. All right, guys, that is the first edition of Club Catch Up, and there's going to be many more to come. I just think this is more efficient than me trying to do multiple mini videos covering things. So just bundle up a few items and discuss and get you guys on your way. All right. Hope all is good, and I'll see you guys in the next one.